Hello everyone. Now we're going to look at how to list files within a folder and how to find file sizes. So essentially, what are the contents of a folder and what are the sizes of the various files? So I'm going to use the same folder I did before, C users mat code samples week 06. And in my folder I have 3 documents: boring document.txt, hello.txt, and secret document. Boring document is 4 kilobytes, hello.txt is 231 kilobytes, and secret document.txt is 1 kilobyte. So we're going to use idle again, and we're going to take a look at how to list the files in the folder, how to get their file sizes. So let's go ahead and import path from pathlib. So from pathlib, import path. Okay. And we're going to import OS as well. Again, when you do this and do your lab and you wonder, why aren't things working? I can't access path methods. I can't access path attributes. Make sure that you're importing this. It's always helpful. So I know in my folder that I have a bunch of files. Now within your program, let's say you don't know within the program what files could be in a folder, but you do know the path. You have either asked the user for a path or you've programmatically looked up the path. We can use os.listdir to get a copy of everything in the path. So let's create a new path object. My path equals path. C users mat code samples week 06, and make sure you escape all of these backslashes. All right, now recall my path is a path object, specifically Windows path. When we call os.listdir, it requires a string. So either you can convert my path to a string when you call os.listdir, or you can create a new variable as a string. So to get the list of files in that directory, call os.listdir. And my path has that path, so let's convert it to a string. And we see the 3 files that are in that folder: boring document.txt, hello.txt, and secret document.txt. Now let's say we want to get the size of the folder. And actually, first before that, if you get confused by type conversions, again, we talked about this in week 1, but you could always create a variable that just is the converted string. I don't recommend it, because then if your path changes, this variable doesn't change with it. So you really should just keep a path variable and then convert it to a string when you need to. But again, you can convert it once if you feel more comfortable with that. But remember, now the path string will not change with my path. So if we want to get the size of all the contents of the folder, we can call os.path.getSize. And again, this takes a string, not a path object. So we have to take the string version of my path. And we get that it is 4096 bytes. That is the size of the path itself of the folder. Now, if we want to get the size of boring document.txt, os.path.getSize string. Now again, if we remember how we were joining paths before, we could take my path / boring document, boring underscore document dot text, and that will create a new path object. Hit enter, and that is 3527 bytes. Close enough. Remember, Windows rounds, so for here, that's about 4 kilobytes. So pretty close. We're good. If we did the same thing with hello.text, we see it's 236,310 bytes, which is close enough to our 231K that's displayed in Windows Explorer. You could even write a loop for this. So let's say we had my files equals, we'll just call it files, equals list os dot list dir string my path. All right, now what's in files? That's boring document.txt, hello.txt, and secret document.txt. We could write a for loop for file in files. What do we want to do? os.path.getSize string my path / file. Hit enter, and we see the 3 files in there: OS or 3527, 236, 310, and 20. So let's say we wanted to make this look a little bit better. We could do a different for loop for file in files print file so we're going to print the file name is size is and then here os.path.getSize my path / file. Now remember, this is an integer, so we're going to have to convert this to a string if we're going to explicitly put it and concatenate it like this, plus bytes. All right. Would help if I closed off that print. There we go. So now I see file boring document.txt size is 3527 bytes, hello.txt is 236, 310, and secret document.txt is 20. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about the file reading and writing process. So now that we know how to look at folders and create path objects and how do we list files in a folder, now we're going to talk about reading and writing files. So that will be next. And remember, all this stuff is pertinent for your lab this week, so make sure that you're watching these videos and looking at some of the examples that I'm giving. So we will talk about reading and writing files next.